Hello and thanks for clicking on the video. Well, we're out for a walk today and I've brought you to Switzerland. Only happens to be a 10-minute drive from my house as well. I will explain more a bit later. But yeah, we're in Switzerland. Sort of. Right, if you are a new subscriber and you happen to watch my introduction video, you'd have heard that back in, I think it was end of June, beginning of July, somewhere around there, now I can't remember myself. I injured my left Achilles heel, and it was a bit of a problem actually. And for months and months and months, I haven't been able to do much, but I've been gradually getting better, working out, and well, working on it basically. And this will be the first time out for a walk without some sort of support, like a trekking pole or something like that. Won't show you that. You'll guess where we are then. Yeah, without a trekking pole or something like that, because I'm actually trying to give it a good test today. I've been on the treadmill a lot, and I have to admit it's about 100% better than what it was, or at least 90% better than what it was. But this will be the first time out without some sort of support to walk with, and I've deliberately come here to Switzerland. Yeah, I've deliberately come here to Switzerland to test it out, because I know there's some steep steps in a couple of areas, so that'll give it a good test, and some steep slopes as well. I'll tell you more about this place later on. Let's just enjoy it. But I'll tell you one thing about it, right? There's at least, I think there's 7 different trails you can follow. So technically you could come here 7 days on a trot and see something different. Morning. Yeah, so technically you could come here 7 different days and see something, go on a different trail. Not to mention, right, all the off-trail areas, right, where you can cut through and do a bit of bushwhacking, and there's all different routes. This particular one I'm walking on now, it's years and years and years since I've been through here. Years. I mean, we're talking about 15 years. Yeah, maybe. No, 10 years. Whatever. But like I said, there's all different ways, right? And it's a very beautiful place to come to. It's got its hazards, and you have to be careful. And come to the first one now. Right, and when I say hazards, that's the wrong word. It's got some like steep steps and steep areas, like what we're walking on now, where you just have to be careful. And if you come, I mean, depending on which way your brain works, it's like winter now. Right, but it's only October. But if you come sort of like basically if you come here when it's thick snow and ice, you have to be super careful, obviously. Right, and I would recommend always wearing boots. Right. I mean, I know some people say, well, duh, but it's just a recommendation because it is thick. Right. It's not really a place in winter or even October this time of year to come to in your trainers. You're going to get caked and you're going to be sliding all over the place. Right. And I'm not being funny, if you're not very fit and you're a more elderly person, there are benches sort of like situated, little stools and stuff. There's a big bench at the bottom there. There are benches and little stools and stuff all over the place for you to just stop and have a rest. So that's good. Right. Plus, you don't have to, these steps I'm coming down now, there are trails where you can avoid the steps. So, yeah. Right, I am not, the route I've decided to take is about 2.5 miles. I'm not going to follow, I'm not going to film every single dot. So we'll do it in jump shots. But as for routes, as you see there, that owl, right, they're all like marked out with different animals and stuff like that and everything. And what I also like is like the way they use nature. Like there was a fence over there, no doubt, or I'll rephrase that, they needed a fence, right, for safety, because probably people were riding up there on mountain bikes or whatever, right, or people trying to climb up. So instead of putting a big concrete wooden blocky fence up, they made it out of branches, which is pretty damn cool if you ask me. Anyway, I will come back when we're a little bit further around, because like I said, it's a long way around and I don't want to make a 2-hour video, so I'll catch you a bit later. Oh, Bigfoot don't jump out of there. Well, that's a nice area to walk through, to go off trail, but looks extremely muddy and a bit slippery. And I don't want to push my leg too far too fast, even though we're about to run. That was a good test for my leg, I never felt a thing. No pain, no gain, felt great. Alright, let's get going again. Here's another little example of somewhere to sit down. Looks like they put bird seeds on top for the birds to land and have a seat. We won't go down them steps, we'll go the other way around just so you can see I remember there's like a concrete bench and it's got some patterns on. More benches over there. Tell you one thing though, if you come here in summer I reckon it's packed. Morning mate. I'll tell you what, I miss running. Last time I went for a run was when I actually damaged my Achilles tendon. And I'll tell you what, after, not just today, right, but unless at the end of this walk I'm in agony for some strange reason, but don't say that, George. No, but I think I've been doing a lot of work on my treadmill and stuff. I ain't been running fast on the treadmill or out like that. Well, I don't run fast anyhow, but I don't really want to push it. I'm really taking my time, you know what I mean. Not to mention, it's not as if it costs a lot of money, the treadmill. But yeah, I think I'm getting ready. I think I'm just about ready to go for a run. Yeah, there's another bench, look. I ain't got animals on or out. Oh yeah, it's got some sort of dragonfly at that side and some writing at that side, and just a little concretey bench with looks like Nordic writing on. Well, it would be Nordic, wouldn't it? We're in Sweden. Not Sweden, we're in Switzerland. You're not in bloody Switzerland, George. Yeah, I am. I'll tell you more in a minute, because I'm going to sit down there next to the huge lake. This huge, enormous lake. It's actually unbelievable at just how big it really is. Oh know if you're interested about my little chest strap, little chest bag. I've got two of these. I've got this little one, which is just big enough to like carry cameras and your phone and a few little bits and pieces. Right, just for situations like this, if you don't want a rucksack on. But I've also got a bigger one, about, I think it's 15 litre, which is great for backpacking, hiking and things like that. Right, because I can keep all my rain gear in it, and then I don't have to bother taking my backpack off and just get out my rain gear straight away, or snacks or things like that, you know. But yeah, basically I've got two. I did forget one thing though, my sit mat. I forgot my sit mat, but still. Not too bad. I hear voices. I don't see people, but I hear voices. I can hear voices still. Anyway, what you're looking at over there, right, is the remainders of what was a pretty big little, well, I couldn't call it a lake, pond, pretty big pond. There is over at the back a huge lake where people go kayaking, but that's further that way. It's called West Waters, yeah. But that little pond there, it used to be all the way to the top. We'll go for a walk around there and have a look at it. But yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll bring you back when these people are gone, because I want to tell you about this place. Okay, I'm back. Okay then, why are we in Switzerland, George? Well, no, we're in the UK, right? In fact, as I say, we're only about 10 minutes from my house actually, about a 10-minute drive. This place, I actually don't know its official name, but from me being a child almost, this place has always been known as Little Switzerland. Right? All the locals and everything just nicknamed it Little Switzerland. I don't know where it all started from. Right? Maybe, right, one of the designers of the place tried to design it on a certain area of Switzerland. I honestly don't know, that's just a guess. But I can tell you a little bit about it. Let's see. If you know where, in the UK, on the northeast, there's the Humber Bridge. On the north bank, as in heading north of the Humber Bridge, that's where you'll find Little Switzerland. Just sort of like round about the areas of the Humber Bridge to Hessel. It's around that general area. And it's full of trails and walks and stuff, and abundance of different varieties of trees and bushes and shrubs and stuff, which I am not up on. But I know there's a variety of different ones. I did actually have this wrote down on a bit of paper, a cheat sheet. I was going to list off some of the varieties of trees and stuff, but there's your, what you'd expect, your chestnuts and your trees, but basically there's an abundance of them. The only thing that popped in my head then was chestnuts. I don't know why. Oh heck. But yeah, so like I say, there's loads and loads of different trails you can take, so you can practically walk around here every day, right, for a week, and you take a different trail. Not that you do it one day after another, but if you live locally you could, I suppose. But if you came on holiday here, you can mark down your routes, because you can get like little maps and go a different trail this time. It takes you different areas. And I'll show you the pond in a moment. We'll have a walk down there. But yeah, there's also, let's start walking now actually. My bum's getting cold. My bum. Let's pull that stick out. Yeah, forgot, no. I'm going to come back here in the middle of winter when it's thick snow, because I'm sure it'll be beautiful. I don't think I've ever been here in the snow. I used to come here when I was a kid, but You know what I mean? Last time I was here now was about 10 years ago. But yeah, I'll have to come back here when it's in the snow. Right, this little pond here then. Oh, puddle actually. It used to, where I'm stood right now, it used to come up to this area and go all the way around. And you'd see people, you used to be able to hire like canoes, but not the sort of canoes you know, well, I suppose you are, but more like children's toy wooden canoes. And there was like an Indian theme going on, if you know what I mean. Oh, again, mate. He must be taking the short route because there's no way he's covered 2.5 miles going round the route we came. Not in this period of time. But yeah, now it's just a no-go zone really. No doubt you'll get people in the middle of summer going in and paddling, but I won't want to be in there. But it used to stretch all the way up and all the way around. Oh, pal. You just wanted to be in the video, didn't you? You just wanted to be in the video.
I did think you were videoing, but I was hoping it was just snippets rather than...
It is. I can cut you out.
Well, what are you doing it for, YouTube?
Yeah.
What do you do, just do a series of...
Yeah, well, the thing is, back in June, I was running.
Right.
Right. And I damaged my Achilles tendon. So I've been laid up for months, basically, weeks and months. I've been physio and all that sort of stuff. And I'm gradually out walking again and stuff like that. But when you first run past me, I actually said on the camera, I miss running. I want to catch up to it.
I run a lot and I walk a lot, but walking doesn't scratch the running itch,
nah,
does it? It's,
you don't
they're
really
great
get
together, but you don't. Yeah, you don't get that kind of get home and think.
Yeah. Nice block. Ah, what was I saying? I might cut some of that out. I might leave it in. It's all interesting, meeting nice people. Yeah, all round. The water used to come all the way up to the top. And there was like wooden canoes, but more small down children-y ones. And people used to bring like inflatable tyres. I'm sure there was wooden canoes here. I could be wrong about that actually. I could be thinking of a different place with the wooden canoes. But yeah.
This one smiles at people now and again. Don't get worried.
I think that guy who's running, I think he's got triplets and the track's trying to confuse me. But no, that should actually give you an idea of all the different routes round, because he keeps appearing from different areas. So he's sort of zigzagging the routes, you know what I mean? So right, I mentioned the wheelchair access and I was just about to tell you something else. Oh, that was it. If you're into, I don't know the proper name of them because I don't do them. I know my brother and his wife does, like these treasure hunt things where you follow clues and you have to find things. Right, I don't mean geocaching, not that, not geocaching. You don't really hear about that anymore now, but no, there's a few of them in here, like that frog hole. The pond trail. Well, we've seen the pond, but yeah, there's a few things where you actually have to find stuff. One of them, yeah, it was my brother. My brother was telling us it's like a big metal daffodil, for want of a better word, but I ain't seen it today, unless you spotted it on the camera and I missed it. But it's like a big yellow daffodil, but it's made of metal. And there's things like that to do, so the options are there. I'll say one last thing, right, before we give you a break. Running. Right, this would be an Abner. When I was running last year, well, a few months ago, right, never crossed my mind to come here for a run. Never crossed my mind. Well, this would be a great place to come for a run, actually. And if you come early enough, it's reasonably quiet, because I've come early. I got here for 8:30 this morning. So not too early, but this time of year, I don't think it's going to get busy, maybe on a weekend. I literally just turned the camera off about a second ago. Right, and just as I come to this bend, I spotted it. What was I on about? The yellow daffodil. The metal yellow daffodil. We found it. But there's lots of different things. Oh, Shazbat. Yeah, there's lots of different things like this. Definitely metal daffodil. Well, definitely a metal flower. But yeah, there are lots of different things you have to find and stuff like that. That just gives you an idea. King of the world, ma! Oh no, what is it? What is it? Hang on. Rocky! Rocky! Oh my god. I've been cooped up too much. Let's keep going. Oh, in case you was wondering what these, if you even saw them, these little gold things are on my bag, I won't take them out. It's basically three tent pegs. And what I've done is, I've got a little tripod for the end of my selfie stick that screws in, and I've drilled 3 holes into, well, I've drilled 1 hole into each leg of the tripod. And that way when I put the tripod on the ground, I put them little selfie sticks. I put the tent pegs into the bottom of the tripod legs. I don't know what this is for. Home of bag bugs. Oh, bugs. Oh, so they built a home for bugs. So I reckon in spring, summertime, kids will be... Oh, that is so tempting. But no. No. Yeah, they built little homes for bugs, so they'll be like covered in spiders and beetles and stuff, and kids will love sort of like nosying through that. Mum, there's a beetle. Mum, there's a... Look, Mum, come and look at this big spider. No, I'm fine over here, Johnny. You have a look at it, son. I'll stay over here, love. Dad, do you want to see this big spider? No, I bloody don't. Poor little Johnny thinking, my mum and dad are wusses. Right, now I really don't know which way to go. Well, here's the cliffs, well, part. There's also, well, in all fairness, there's some over on the south side and the west side, and now this is the north side. But, okay, we're not talking the White Cliffs of Dover or Mount Rushmore if you're in America, but they are, you know what I mean? When you think that they're so close to a city centre, because like I said, they're only 10 minutes away from my house. But there's some bloody steep hills up here as well. Some steep climbs if you wanted to attempt them, but I reckon they'd be a bit dangerous and a bit slippery. Maybe summertime. But yeah, it's alright, you'd get, yeah, so far, but a lot of that overhang looked very loose and dangerous, so not advisable in my opinion, not advisable. Right, I'm going to rush through this next bit because I'm going to cut this one short because I need to get home. I've got a parcel coming from, you know, the jungle. But I'll just take you for a quick look at the Humber Bridge because I said you can cut through and get to it. So you follow this path, you follow this trail, and you go through a little tunnel, I believe, and then you get to the Humber Bridge. So I'll just show you that, and then we'll get headed back to the car. Ah, that's the old mill. There's one of them all the way over Beverley Westwards. This general area as well is also the start, a little bit further that way, but also the start of the Yorkshire Walls Way, which takes you from here all the way to Farley, and it's about 80 miles. Oh, that's pretty. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, we won't go much further. We'll start heading back, but taking the shortcut back. These dudes going slow. Yeah, going to take the shortcut back, up some steep steps, and get back to the car. It'll literally, from here, if I go in a dead straight line, it'll only take me about 6 minutes to get back to the car in a straight line. Just in case somebody wondered what them eyes were on my little chest pouch, I'll show you. Just get to this little tunnel. Don't know how it'll show up on camera, but you just have to picture yourself in the middle of the night walking across the moors, and somebody's heading towards you, right? And you turn your headlight off, and all they can see, come on, let's get in the tunnel, hurry up, George. Oh, they're coming. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see that in here. Might be too dark for the camera, but the eyes glow up on my chest bag, and yeah, I think it's pretty cool actually. Right, I'll bring you. Oh, and don't go scaring people when you're out hiking. That was a joke. I'm not going back to film it. I've just walked up a load of steps, really steep steps. I know you won't believe me, but really steep, to test my leg. And then we had to zigzag a load of workmen, and I forgot to press record, so I don't know if any of it got caught actually. I might have pressed record and then turned it off again by accident, I'm not sure. It's possible I may have just turned it. Oh bloody hell, terrible memory. But we'll have to see. But if not, I've just walked up a load of steep steps, and you'll get to see him again next time we come. But next time I'll do a different route. But I end up on them steps all the time because it's like a shortcut to the car. Okay then, right, I'm going to leave this one here. You'll be happy to know, or I'm happy to know anyhow. You might not care. You just might not care. But I'm happy to know my leg's feeling okay. And I'll tell you what, I think the next video I'm going to go for a bit of a run. Not flat out like that, sort of like, well, let's be honest, I never ran fast anyway, right? I was just a gentle jogger. Say that fast 3 times. Yeah. But no, I'll just sort of like run a little bit, then walk, run walks, you know what I mean. But nah, I think my next video I'm going to go for a run. I think I'm ready, just for a gentle run. I think I'm ready. Not here, because there's too many hazards and stuff, and I don't want to be in the middle of nowhere if my leg does go, so I want to go somewhere where I know there'll be people about, just in case. Oh, I know, I'll go to the Westwoods, yeah, because there's always people about there, playing golf or whatever. Yeah, because it's a golf course, but it's not a private golf course. It has a club that you can join, but anyone can go. You can just turn up with your clubs and play on the golf course. It's not that sort of a private course, and it's just rural land. There's a couple of little like foresty areas and loads of wild cows and bulls. But anyway, yeah, I think I'll go there for a run in my next video. Yeah, see what happens. Okay then, right, I'm going to leave this one here, and I hope you enjoyed. And I enjoyed the walk, and I also enjoyed walking without a pole, so I know I don't need to do that now. That's not to say if I was going hiking or something, I always have my trekking poles with me, but you know what I mean. Gone from a walking stick to a trekking pole to nothing, so we're getting there. The leg is getting there. Good leg, nice leg. You're okay too, so don't be feeling left out. And on that point, I'll say thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and cheers. I am losing it big time.